This is cause number 2021 CR 9121, the state of Texas versus Nicholas Granato. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
Mike Latimer for the defendant.
Mr. Granato is appearing by video conference. Mr. Granato, if you could please state your full name.
Nicholas Russell Granato.
On the screen, I'm going to show you the true bill of indictment that was filed in this case. It alleges the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle,
Yes, ma'am.
alleged to have occurred January 25th, 2021. Do you understand the charge that you have?
Yes, ma'am.
That is a state jailed felony, and it is punishable by confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the institutional division, for any period between 6 months and 2 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies to this charge?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
You have the right to a jury trial, Mr. Granato. You have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign this document that I have on the screen, what you're telling me is that you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your electronic signature? It
Yes,
says
ma'am.
Judge Velia Meza, but right above that, is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you are not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Granato, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Latimer, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Yes, he does.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
Yes, he has.
In your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, he is.
I will accept the waiver of rights and make it part of the record. Mr. Granato, I have the plea bargain on the screen. The plea bargain calls for a recommendation of deferred adjudication for a period of 3 years, $1,000 fine. You have to take a class called moral recognition, TAP evaluation, and 120 hours community service. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, ma'am, I understand and fully agree.
Mr. Latimer, is that your understanding?
Yes, that is the agreement.
State, is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
What is your plea to the charge of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Are you entering a plea of no contest because you have talked about this matter with your attorney and you believe it's in your best interest to do so?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
I will accept the plea of no contest. I do find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments pending any objection from Mr. Latimer.
We've reviewed, no objection.
States 1 is admitted. Mr. Latimer, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
Yes, I am.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record. Okay, give me just a quick minute to read the exhibits. State, do you know if there's any restitution?
There is none, Your Honor.
Let's go back on the record. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I will make no other findings. I'm going to grant the application for deferred for 2 years only. $1,000 fine, do the moral recognition class, the TAP evaluation, and 120 hours community service through Bear County Gives Back. If you can get all that done in 6 months or less, I'll early terminate you. I don't need to supervise you for 2 years for this. This is a plea bargain case. I did follow your plea bargain agreement, so what that means is you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Bianca, do you need to visit with him? Go ahead and. Probation may or may not want to talk to you, just hang tight.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Latimer.
Okay, Your Honor, make sure, Nicholas, make sure you send me your new email address, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, also, Your Honor, regarding Monday's trial docket, Monday.
Yes.
I'm going to be meeting with my client, Paul Ibarra, tomorrow to discuss a bench trial. And I will let you know. My doctor, for some reason, wants to see me Monday morning. So I'll be clocking in a little bit late on the Zoom.
Okay, that'd be great if we could get that across with a jury trial.
Am-
I mean,
am
with a
done?
bench trial.
Okay,
We have to talk.
Okay, okay.
and I'll keep you posted on that on Monday.
Okay, thank you. On Lee Tavares, what case are we going to plead on?
The choking case, Judge.
Who did the paperwork for Lee Tavares from the state?
Judge, Anna did it. She's out today though, so I'll be handling it. Do I need to change anything?
I don't have paperwork, but let me double check.
I thought you, whenever we were set Wednesday, I thought you had it already, if I recall.
I do have it.
You do? Oh, perfect.
Nope. Hang on. That was Kadarian Bell. That's the only plea packet I have from Ana Ochoa Nelson.
Okay, I don't think I did it. Let me check.
Can anyone, let me see. Yeah, I don't have it. I promise.
Okay, well, I'll look into it, Judge. If not, I'll redo it real quick.
Okay. Jennifer Locke has Ismael Gomez. Okay. Are we taking a plea on that? Okay. Is it in digital or? Okay. Mr. Jordan here.
Yes, Judge, I'm present.
Can I have just a quick minute?
Judge, can you make me co-host whenever you have a chance?
There you are, Mr. Jordan.
Yes, Judge.
How are you, Raul?
Good morning, Your Honor.
I feel like a family reunion is going on. Anna is back here. I get to see you today. The original, the OGs are back.
There we go.
What count are we going to proceed on? As charged or with the repeat offender without it? What?
I believe we're proceeding as repeated, Judge.
He needs a Zoom mic. Oh,
I believe it's without the repeater.
Let me double check.
I'm showing you this, the indictment on the screen.
Perfect. Let me pull up the. That's right. We ultimately decided to waive. I remember. That's right.
Well. Shannon, did they swear him in?
No, I don't think, I never saw Jessica here.
Jessica, let's get Mr. Gomez sworn in, and I don't have a docket sheet for him.
Okay, Judge.
Ismael Gomez.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this the one you asked me for time?
Yes, it is.
No, I'm gonna give plenty of time. There's TDC is not moving bodies right now. It's a shame. Yeah, I'm not bringing him in until I know things are moving along again. Well, it's not just that they're not moving. That's why I just love restaurants. Like, yeah, you can let that stay. Do you even leave your house for anything? Golf? Your neighbors might not like that. You know, they might bring a lot of women. Ready?
Yes.
Ready, Dave? Okay, so Mr. Gomez, before we go on the record, oh, you have the pad, the iPad? Okay, never mind. You have the iPad. So you have all these eyes on you now, Raul. You have the iPad, you have the court camera. Kind of confusing. All right, let's go on the record. This is cause number 2020 CR 8192, the state of Texas versus Ismael Gomez. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Raul Jordan for the state of Texas, and the state is ready.
Shannon Locke for Ismael Gomez, and we're ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Gomez is appearing in person. Mr. Gomez, go ahead and tell me your full name.
Ismael Gomez.
Mr. Gomez, you have been charged by way of true bill of indictment with the offense of online solicitation of a minor alleged to have occurred on February 1st, 2020. Do you understand the charge that you have today?
Yes, sir.
There is also a repeat offender enhancement allegation on the indictment. State, can you tell me how we're going to proceed, please?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is respectfully requesting to waive and abandon the repeat offender enhancement allegation.
That's granted. So what we're proceeding on is just the second degree felony charge, Mr. Gomez. The crime of online solicitation of a minor, hang on, is a second degree felony, and it is punishable by confinement to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, the institutional division, for any period between 2 and 20 years confinement. It also carries a possible fine of up to $10,000. Do you understand the range of punishment that applies?
Yes, ma'am.
It's explained in the document I have on the screen for you, the court's admonishments, that document. Did you go over this with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand what you signed?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have a right to a jury trial? You have the right to cross-examine all the witnesses against you. You also have the right to remain silent. Those are your constitutional rights. Do you understand those?
Yes, ma'am.
When you sign this document, Mr. Gomez, what you're telling me is you want to give up those rights. Is that what you intend to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your electronic signature above the words that Ismael Gomez?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
If you were not a citizen, I'm still required to tell you a plea of guilty or no contest to this charge could result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Gomez, are you satisfied with the representation of your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Locke, does your client have a rational and factual understanding of the proceedings against him?
Does, Your Honor.
Has he been able to assist you in the preparation of any defenses?
He has.
And in your opinion, is he mentally competent to waive his rights and enter into a plea?
He is.
I will accept the waiver and make it part of the record. Mr. Gomez, I want to go over this plea bargain with you. It calls for prosecution to waive the repeat offender enhancement allegation, which we've done. Punishment will be assessed at 6 years confinement in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. There's no applications for probation. You are to comply with Chapter 62 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. That's a lifetime, among other things, will require lifetime registration as a sex offender. Do you understand is that your understanding of the agreement that you made?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Locke, is that your understanding?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Jordan, is that your understanding?
It is, Judge.
We're in the right time.
I may ask the lawyers with regards to punishment, were you intending for that to take place today or,
Your
Not.
Honor, we're asking for some time to surrender.
okay? I can take the plea and then come back for sentencing. But if I grant that, I haven't read the facts. Let me read the facts, Mr. Gomez. But if I grant the request for you to come back at a later date for sentencing, I'm going to warn you right now. If you reoffend, if you violate any conditions of your bond, if you don't show up to sentencing, any of those reasons will be reasons for me not to follow this plea bargain agreement.
Okay.
I will undo the whole thing, allow you to withdraw your plea, and then you're back to where you started, which is at a first-degree felony, 5 to 99. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand you have to appear in person for sentencing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. What is that your understanding, Mr. Jordan?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is your plea to the charge of online solicitation of a minor? Is it guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you entering a plea of guilty because you are guilty and for no other reason?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to enter a plea today
No, ma'am.
or offered you anything in exchange for your plea?
No, ma'am.
I will accept the plea of guilty. I find the plea is voluntarily made, and I will ask the state to tender its proof.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, the state offers State's Exhibit number 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
State's one is admitted. Mr. Locke, are you satisfied the state complied with Article 3914 in this case?
I am satisfied, Your Honor.
I will sign the discovery acknowledgement and make it part of the record.
Please take one application.
Okay, give me just a few minutes. Raul, the exhibit is the entire STIP. There was an attachment, like a PDF attachment or anything, like a side email that you sent. You put it all into the exhibit. I guess what I'm asking is everything I need to review is in this exhibit, or was there a separate email with more documents that didn't fit?
I believe so, Judge.
Okay. Sometimes when the discovery doesn't all fit, they just add a different email. They just send a separate email with everything else that didn't fit.
You care about remarks. In order, and I'll bring it to you before I show you. You don't want to record it.
Okay, let's go back on the record. I do find the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I'm not going to make any other findings. I'm going to reset this matter for sentencing. I need you to come back here in person. Can you check your calendar for March 18th?
That'll work out.
You'll be here,
Yes.
March 18th. Remember what I said, Mr. Gomez?
Yes, ma'am.
No more committing crimes, not on the phone, not in person, not anything. Continue on the same conditions of bond. And I will see you back here for sentencing March the 18th, 2022, and that'll be in person at 9:30.
Okay,
And that day you will go into custody.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, if you could just sign a reset with my bailiff, that'd be great.
And thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Raul. Good to see you.
Likewise, may I be excused, Judge?
Yes, thank you. Ashley, when you update that docket, can you just put sentencing only? Did we figure out what happened with the paperwork for Lee Tavares?
Judge, it had expired, so I redid it and
Ah,
Les already signed it. And so his client just needs to sign it and then we're ready to go. I sent reminders on the other paperwork already. You should have the dismissal.
I
and
have the dismissal. Yeah, I have the dismissal. It's only one dismissal, right?
Correct.
On the drug case. Okay, as soon as we get the plea packet, let's swear him in and we'll go on the record. And then what happened with Ashley, if you can update me with Patricia Perez?
Patricia Perez is reset to 314.
3 what? I'm sorry.
314,
Okay, Daniel Avalos,
314,
Robert Barrera,
314.
Emily Scott.
The last two are 314, Judge. I can tell you now that Barreras is going to plea next time. Emily Scott was missing discovery. Lee Cutters, it's the last reset before it's straight trial. It's already been up there. Guillermo Lara's missing discovery.
Did Raul leave? Can you ask him to come back on? Why does Daniel Avalos have unindicted cases? Can you ask him to come back on, please?
It is Oscar Salinas. I'll tell him to come back on.
Judge, isn't that the one that was able to withdraw his plea? And so the cases had been dismissed. And so they said that Lee Cutter said that Oscar has COVID, but that he's going to present those cases next week.
Oh, okay, then I don't need them to come back on. Because that was last summer. And what happened to Thomas Martinez?
I believe he got accepted to Veterans Court.
Yeah, but we needed to adjudicate the
Yeah, so
MPR.
she sent the counselor the information and they never got on. So she was continuing to try to reach out, but I don't think she was successful in it.
He was just here for Veteran Treatment Court interview on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't think she was able to give him the notice that he needed to be there today.
Do you just want to withdraw, alter and amend?
That's fine with me, Judge.
Yeah, let's do
And then
that.
Bianca, do you know the conditions that Veterans Court wants added?
No, they told me just to refer him. They're gonna work with him.
Okay, so just alter and amend for Veterans Treatment Court and any conditions that they may order.
Right.
Okay,
right.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
you have your witnesses? State,
Yes, Your Honor.
bring them in so I can swear them in. Mr. Roberts, I know I told you I would give you 2 hours. I'm going to try to give you 2 hours, but I have to do this plea because there's another inmate who needs to do a plea. Okay? I'll be right with you, Mr. Lee. Hi, good morning. If everybody could please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, thank you. Have a seat outside. We'll call you when we're ready. We're almost about to get started.
Once we get on the record, Your Honor, we would like to vote the rule.
Okay. Mr. Lee, are you signing your packet?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Judge, I think that's it for CTD. May we be excused?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Have a good weekend, everybody.
You too.
Bye-bye.
It's loading, it's not coming up though. I'm just waiting for the computer to load it, Judge.
Yes. Nothing's coming up, Mr. Lee?
No, ma'am, but
I've been looking for Jesus. Right. Marvelous. I don't know how I do that from Florida and the show that I had. I do got that, but I'm English. But I just don't know where.
when it shows it's almost coming up, it just won't come up.
Right. I had to show proof.
We should have something. Let me, on the original case, that it, remind me, did they ever dismiss the indictment? They re-indicted, but let me just pull them both up. We can track it down to the warrants department for sure. The officer doesn't have it. The officer that's going to testify about it doesn't have it. Oh, okay. That's how far behind we are. Like we're not even there yet.
You just gotta exit out completely. What you mean? Are you supposed to be getting new paperwork?
Yes, Joe, was I supposed to be getting new paperwork?
Yes, yeah, it's new paperwork. I just sent a reminder as well, so you should have a new link. Maybe that will work.
They said I just got a new link, so that should work.
Did you get the reminder?
You talking about the
email?
Yeah.
Do you have the 2019 indictment number, the cause number? Because I don't have that on my.
2019 CR 6881.
Jessica, I'm gonna need both of the files for Mr. Roberts. So it's the one on the docket and it's the 2019 CR 6881 case. I need, those are pretty big files. I need you to bring them, please. Okay, Judge.
Okay.
Where is Les? Ashley?
He told me he went to the 227th.
Can't tell, Judge.
Okay.
Can you make me
I got it now,
co-host?
Judge.
Les is not on here.